I'm just excited, man. Opportunity of a lifetime, living the dream, and just enjoying it all.
How do you show teams your passion for football? How do you show teams your passion for football?
Talk ball. Tell them the knowledge that I know for ball. Tell them my years at UGA. You know, you got to have passion to play at UGA, or you're gonna get your butt kicked every single day in practice. So that's it. Yeah, man. The standard is the standard at Georgia. Especially coming in there, I did not understand the standard, but about 2 weeks in, I quickly caught the flow of things, man. They prepare you in the film room, in the weight room, on the field, off the field. For example, like in those team runs, you got to have mental and physical toughness, man, and that leads over not just for football, but also into life, man. When you're going through things, when you're going through adversity in life, you got to have some mental toughness to get through.
Jared, as a Georgia Bulldog, what was it like for you to watch Brock Bowers' season last year with the Raiders, and what makes him so special?
Man, Brock, he's one of a kind, man. Especially when I got to UGA, we got there at the same time, but he was an early enrollee, and I came in the summer, and I remember watching summer workouts, and I was just like, man, who is this dude? He's at the front of every line. He's at the front when we're running. He's at the front. When we're lifting, he's trying to do the most weight. He's just a hard worker, always eating right, man. It's just, I was not surprised at all when he did what he did in the league.
Jared, you talked a lot about practice. How would you say your matches were against Michael and Jalen Walker? How would you say what you learned about them?
They're just hard workers, man. They're definitely NFL ready. Jay Walk is one of a kind. Some people say he's small and not have the length, but man, he is quick off that edge and he is powerful. Kale, he's got some of the longest arms I've ever played against, man, and especially in practice. That long arm is pretty bad, man, like you like to say. Man, they're just two great players that are ready for the next level.
Have you met with the Bengals?
I have not met with them. I have met with the Bengals, actually. Yes, I have.
How was that?
It was cool. Smooth. They showed a couple of my bad plays, but it's all good. Got to learn from them.
Jared, whenever you meet with teams that talk about your athleticism, you're a little bit different than that as far as the typical center. What are they telling you, and are they looking to you in a spot besides center?
Yeah, some teams are looking at me as a guard as well, which I really like. Some people say I'm just one-dimensional at center, but no, I came in to UGA as a guard, so I can definitely play guard and willing to do anything to help the team win.
Who's the center that you really respect, and who's the defensive lineman you really against that you respect?
Offensive lineman in college?
No, in
pros. I always watched Jason Kelsey, man. Even though he was a smaller body, I just loved the way he moved out in space. He pulled around, always leading the pack. He was athletic in close quarters, moved his feet. I just love that. And then defensive lineman in college. There's a lot of great ones in the SEC. Man, Walter Nolan, he's a beast. His body control is out of this world. He's definitely the best guy I played against this year for sure.
Do you have a preference, gap scheme, zone, anything that you like the most?
I'd definitely say inside zone. It's just so fun moving my feet. It's going square over, securing the gap, bumping over, 3-tech, the 2-eye, and then getting square up on the linebacker and getting physical with him. It's fun. I have met with the Seahawks. It was cool, man. I love the Seahawks. I love Steve Hutchinson, man. He's a cool dude, good dude to learn from. They tested me really well in there, and then I did well.
When you were young, did you get to go up against Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis? What were those days like?
Oof. Freshman and sophomore year, man. I remember one of my first reps in practice with JD. I think it was like an inside zone, man, to the left. And I just got stonewalled, and he just drove me back. And I was just like, wow, this is college. And then JC, you just couldn't block him. It didn't matter what you tried to do, you couldn't block him. It's just there's nothing else to say other than that. You just can't block him.
What makes Jalen Carter so important? I know it's a complicated question.
Just the combination of quickness and the power that he comes behind it, man. He comes off that ball. It might look like he comes off slow, but like he's coming with power, his quickness, moving side to side. And that famous club, man, he throws that arm and it hits your shoulder pad. You're gonna go flying 2 gaps over, man.
Jared, I think you were recruited by Matt Root out of West Virginia, correct? And then obviously the transition to Stacey Searles. What was that transition like at Georgia? What was it like playing for Stacey?
It was cool, man. For people who do know, I was committed a little bit to Chapel Hill for a while, so me and Searles, we talked a lot. Built a little bit of relationship, though. It was smooth when he came in.
What age did you set you an offensive line?
My first year playing football ever was freshman year of high school, and I decided to play right tackle. My coach thought it was best. I moved well. My feet moved well, especially with my soccer and basketball background. He just thought I fit perfect at tackle, and it worked out. Strongest part of my game, definitely my pass protection. I feel like I got strong. People say I have short arms, but I feel like my arms are pretty long. I got a strong grip. I got a good base to sit down all the bull rushes. So, yeah, definitely say that.
Jared, have you met with Tampa Bay this week?
I have not. I have not met with Steelers. That's my guy, man. I love Tate, man. We've got great chemistry. He's a funny, outgoing dude. I mess with him all the time about his mullet. Sometimes I just want to sniff it, but that's another story. Yeah, man, that's my guy. We've got a great relationship. I love Tate, man. It's one of those guys that you build a relationship with. That he's going to be in my wedding someday, man. I love those guys, man.
What's someone that helped you become a leader?
At Georgia, my mom. Man, I give all the credit to my mom, man. She sacrificed so much when I was born, man. Growing up, especially me and my little brothers. I got 3 little brothers that aren't very little, but they're little brothers in age. She just, man, I can't say enough about her. I love her so much. She's my backbone. Like I said, she sacrificed so much for me and my little brothers, man. She definitely is the reason that I'm here today.
Jerry, what was this year like for the offensive line? So many injuries up and down the
Man, we dealt with a lot of adversity, man, but that line, we were so connected off the field that it was so easy when we did go through adversity. When things weren't going well in the game, it was easy, to get on somebody and they not retaliate. Man, it's just that connection and knowing why the next guy beside you plays football, off the field. Like, why do they do this? Other than, yeah, it's physical, I want to go to the NFL, but why do you do this deep down? Knowing that, it just makes it so much easier to play as one.
What position did you play in this year's team being the 2024 Georgia team? I think you lead with 2 national titles and 2 SEC titles. How should fans remember the 2024 Georgia team? What will you remember about this team?
Man, a team that went through adversity and was resilient, man. We had so many hard games on the road, and I definitely say that one word, resilient. Just resilient.
Jared, what position did you play in soccer?
I played midfield and defender.
Running a lot?
Yeah, that's when I was a little bit smaller. I played from 4th, 5th, 6th, to 7th, and then I started growing out instead of up. So I couldn't really run up and down the field like I used to.
How did it help your football development?
I honestly didn't know how much it would help me until I started playing football and realized that my feet were, a little bit quicker than everybody else's. I could keep up with some smaller guys out there, and in that moment right there, I knew soccer had helped me without even me knowing.
Jared, when people talk about leadership, a lot of times, specifically at Georgia, they talk about Cedric Van Granger. You got to sit under him a little bit. Talk about him, his character, and what he helped you, how he helped you develop.
Man, Ced is another guy. I wouldn't be here without him, man. He brought me under his wing, especially when I got moved to center towards the end of my sophomore year. Just taught me the ways, little nuances of center. Showed me how to verbally be a leader. He just showed that every day. Like, I've never seen a natural leader. Ever since I walked into the University of Georgia, he was always the one saying something, the one in the middle of the group, hyping everybody up. It just came so natural to him. So, man, I think everything for him.
Has he helped you through this process at all? Has he been in contact with you?
For sure. We've talked a lot, especially leading up to the combine, just asking him what the meetings would be like, what would the day-to-day things be like, just a lot of things. He helped me a lot.
Jared, one of the scouting reports says you've had a rapid development in this position. What would you attribute that to?
UGA. The way we do it, the standard is a standard, and it doesn't change for anyone. And if you want to develop, go to UGA. It's the best place to be. Just the way you work, the mental toughness that you got to have, and you eventually over time will develop. it's just, man, and also going against so many great players in practice, like Trayvon Walker, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Robert Beal, great linebackers, Quay Walker, N'Kobe Dean. The list goes on and on and on. It's just, it forces you to develop, especially being out there in practice. You got no choice. So definitely UGA in a whole.
Jared, you had to obviously wait your time at Georgia. Start one year and here you are going to draft projected to be the first center off the board. What was the key to maximizing your first year and when you were starting at Georgia?
Taking it day by day, not really thinking about the future. Don't think about messing up. Even it's your first year starting. Just go out there, trust what you've done, trust your preparation over the past 3 years, and everything has led up to that moment. Against Clemson, and just go out there and relax and be you.
What teams have you met with formally here at the NFL Combine?
Let's see. Seahawks, Cincinnati, Chargers, Rams, Dallas, Eagles, Packers, Ravens. Who's that last one? It's one other one I can't really remember.
Can you walk me through the Dallas one?
Dallas one, man. I love Dallas. I walked in there. It was about 20 people. I walked in. They all screamed my name. It was really welcoming. It made me feel real comfortable. They tested me with some fronts. I did really well. We watched the film. Overall, it was a really great meeting.
What's been some of the feedback you've gotten from these games?
Some feedback. Definitely when they show the bad plays, just getting coached up on it, listening, not taking anything serious, saying yes sir, knowing that they're trying to teach you and develop you and help you at the next level.
Which Georgia linemen we're going to be talking about next year at this time? You may not know now.
All of them. I think they're all great, and I think they're all huge. I'll tell you that they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think all of them, they're going to be all great players. They're all developing. They showed great development last year when they were waiting their turns. And I think all of them would be great.
How about specifically Drew Bobo is likely going to be taking over your spot?
Yeah, Bobo. I love Bobo, especially when I got hurt against Alabama and I missed those 2 games against Auburn and Mississippi State. He came in. He did tremendous, man. People say he might not be the biggest, but he's gotten bigger, and he's just ready for it. I know Coach Bobo's getting him right as well, and he's ready for it.
Jared, who would you say are your top 3 O-linemen in the game? Who would you say are your top 3 O-linemen in the game?
Oof. NFL? I'll give you a tackle. Let's go Lane Johnson, man. He's consistent set every single time. Guard, I love Trey Smith, man. His aggressiveness, the way he plays the game. And then center, gotta go Creed. I love Creed, man. Big Creed, for sure.
Jared, how do you describe the
Play style? Like I said, athletic, man. I love the inside zone scheme. I love moving in close quarters. Pass protection, I feel like I can block anybody that's out there. I feel like I'm one of the best pass protectors, interior offensive linemen in this draft class, and that's pretty much it.
What do you think is your best fit for the specific side that you're from?
Left guard, center, and right guard.
Have you got a chance to win that?
I have not. Yes, sir.
Jared, the SEC title game, when Gunnar got hurt, Carson had to come in, and he wasn't healthy. Is there such a thing as a delicate snap? Or was that kind of a moment like, what's going on here?
Honestly, when he came out, I didn't realize it was Carson until after I snapped the ball. I knew I was taking snaps with Ryan Puglisi, and then Gunnar came right back, and I was just like, then we just ran out there, and I got in the huddle, we got on the ball. I didn't even when we were in the huddle, I didn't even recognize that it was Carson. I was just so locked in on the play and trying to get in the end zone. I realized I snapped it, started celebrating, and everybody was like, that was Carson took the snap. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, okay, cool. I mean, got it done.
What do you think it was about Texas that seemed to bring out the best in you guys this last season?
The fact that we had to play them twice. People saying it's hard to beat a team twice. It's just going out there and doing our job, man, to win the game. And
you guys were underdogs. It'd been the first time in a few years you've been an underdog. Did that, even though I know during the week you say you don't notice, but did the team know you were expected to lose in Austin?
We were aware. We were definitely aware of it, and it put an extra chip on our shoulder just to go out there and play harder.
Jared, you're here with a couple of the fellow offensive linemen, Tim Ratledge, Xavier Truss. Talk about experiencing this type of experience, the NFL Combine, comparing the NFL together. Like, what is that?
Yeah, it's crazy because one of the first days we were all here together. we actually came into one room and we was like, man, it feels like a Friday night again, man. Like we're just chilling, talking about the game the next Saturday night. It feels so good to be back together and preparing on a stage like this, preparing for our dream. It's crazy.
What's the biggest thing you bring to the locker room?
Definitely, I think my chemistry, man. I think I'm a very, very vocal, understandable person. I get along with everybody. I can connect with anybody, man. And I love people. I love talking. I'm not very shy. I go up to anybody. So I definitely bring a chemistry to the locker room.
You said you're pretty versatile on the weekend being positioned at the line. Do you like have a preference where you work at the next level, or it just doesn't matter?
Wherever the team needs me. If they need me to run down on punt, I will. I don't care.
If you could bring any one of your Georgia teammates to the next level, who would it be?
Ooh, this is a difficult one because there's two of them, man. Can I say two? I'd probably say Dan Jackson and Chas Chambers, man. Two guys that aren't here that more than deserve to be here. Those guys they work so hard, come in the building, no complaining, they're quiet individuals, but they're some dogs, man. Even out in practice, you got to worry about them because they will hit you in the mouth. Man, I love those two guys, and they definitely deserve to be here. It sucks that they're not here, man, but I definitely bring those two.
Jay, can we get a 40 projection?
Good.